I hope you don't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Our third stop is the China Pavilion, and this one stings. This one stings a lot. On our last family trip in January 2019, my daughter was 4 and determined to get an autograph from every princess, and I mean every princess. And while my wife and son rode rides, we scoured the park. We found them all. We found all the princess. Over 9 days we were there. We crossed them all off our list, except Mulan. Every time we came, the line had been cut off, or we had fast passes booked right around that time and we couldn't stop, or we were just never near the pavilion at the start or end of her shift. We failed. Dad failed. Every princess across 4 theme parks except Mulan. I mean, it's not like it keeps me up at night feeling like an absolute failure as a father or anything, but I had a shot at redemption because we were originally supposed to return to Disney World September 2020, then January 2021, then May 2021. And the one thing we talked about doing, the one thing I talked about doing, the top of my Disney must-do list this next time, is experiencing the China Pavilion, like taking in the live entertainment, really taking our time in the shops and the displays, and of course, getting Mulan's autograph. Will character meet and greets come back before we finally return, whatever that is? Fingers crossed, but as of right now, Mulan might be the one that got away. Okay, it's time for what the 6 of you watching came to see. It's movie review time. This one was a no-brainer. I reviewed Mulan 1 a long time ago, but this is the perfect time to review Mulan 2. I also loved Mulan 1, so, you know, Disney sequels being hit and miss, fingers crossed. As far as I can tell, this was never released on the classic white clamshell VHS case. Curious. We start with no ads, and that's also curious. Okay, Mushu is being honored by the other spirits who are not excited about his new promotion. They now have to serve Mushu. He gets a ceremonial robe and acts atrociously. He gets in the bathtub, and the other ghosts have to use straws and make it into a whirlpool, and that's really funny. A classy intro. We're back to this, back to where it started. Grandma wants to set Mulan up for marriage. How much more does Mulan have to kick? And how many more times does she have to save China to get past this? A little girl shows up looking for Mulan. We see Mulan in the field doing a bow staff routine with a hoe. No, like a rake. She has an army of little girls watching her. She has inspired them all. She tells them to be tough and gentle. I like Mulan. Mulan breaks into song. And I mean, I know you need songs because Disney, but I don't know. I want Mulan to be more like Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor was too busy breaking noses with sawed-off broomsticks to break into song. The song ends and General Shang shows up. He's a bumbler around her. That's cute. He almost says he's in love with her and the kids laugh at him. Mulan tells the kid to make like a river and flow home, and that's not a thing, Mulan. Okay, he proposes to her right there and she gets excited and jumps into his arms. That was a nice moment. Mom and Dad and Grandma all bet on when he would propose. Mushu shows back up with Mulan and they reconnect. That's fun. The entire village shows up now and celebrates the engagement. Mushu wants the spirits to cover the wedding in pink, and instead he gets a pink slip. He's fired. When Mulan gets married, the husband's guardian takes over. So if that happens, Mushu is going to go back to his old job being a lackey for the other guardians who laugh and drink in his misery. Mulan and General Shang are already starting to disagree about everything. You know, it's like they've been married for years. The Emperor sends a messenger to fetch Mulan and Shang. The mom and dad try to teach them the legend of the yin and the yang. They must work together like the sun and the moon. I think Mushu is going to try to break him up so he can keep his job. This is a good script. I like this. Then the cricket, Creaky, and Mushu sneak into her purse and come with them for the journey to meet the Emperor. The Emperor tells them Mongol forces are coming and their army is outnumbered, but instead of attacking the Mongols, the plan is to join forces with a neighboring village, and they shall be united in marriage. See, the Emperor has 3 daughters that will be part of the arranged marriages to unify the 2 villages. If this doesn't happen in 3 days, the Mongols will win. The general says he only needs 3 men, and we hard cut to those 3 bumblers from the first one, and, forgive me, Yao, Qianpo, and Ling. Pretty sure I got the last one. These three can't find love, so they sing a song about how great they are, singing, "We got everything we wanted when we got back from the war, except what they really wanted." That was and a girl walks by and the song stops. And are they teasing that they were going to rhyme war with whore? Is that the joke? No, a girl worth fighting for. Okay, that's a lot better. Mulan and General Shang tell the three they're starting to prepare tonight. Mulan is being all passive-aggressive with the three ladies about arranged marriages. This is a sad scene, actually. They begin the journey across the land. Mulan, Shang, and the three princesses and the three Bumbas. Wait a second, 3 warriors looking for love? 3 princesses? Yeah. One is already flirting with the little trolley one. The big one is flirting with the second princess, and then the third is striking out with the third bumbler. Another nice twist. This movie is assuming the viewer already knows what's going to happen, so they're switching it up and like reversing gender roles. Mulan is not a fan of arranged marriages and tells the princesses that her duty was to her heart, and she has inspired these 3 ladies to not go through with their arranged marriages, hasn't she? Mushu wants to keep his job, so he secretly keeps trying to break them up, and they keep landing on top of each other, so not working. It also didn't work for Pumbaa and Timon. Mushu accidentally sends the cart rolling downhill with all the supplies and the ladies inside, and the cart is heading towards a cliff, and Mulan and Shang try to make a daring rescue, but everyone and everything ends up going over the cliff and lands in the river. Now Shang is mad, so despite everyone almost dying, Mushu is pleased with himself. Everything is soaked and ruined, but Shang wants to keep following the ruined map he can't read, and we get into the whole women need maps and men will never ask for directions thing. Okay. Hey Mulan franchise, you're better than this. The short guy says he found a forest path. It was short-lived. Shang and Mulan immediately apologize and then say, neither has anything to apologize for, and then they put their tongues in each other's mouths. As you do. Mushu has more plans to break them up. Ling keeps hitting on one of the princesses, and he's making ground. May, another one of the princesses, asks her princess sister how she can ignore that connection, and she says, I know where my duty lays. May doesn't feel the same way. She's head over heels for Yao. May starts writing a letter. She can't complete her duty because she already has a duty to her heart. The other 2 princesses come in and knock the pen from her hand and sing her a song about the pride of arranged marriage. But May isn't having any of it, and she breaks away and starts a new song about being a free woman and do things free women like to do, like eat full cakes, climb trees, dance in their underwear, and run. Not wear pinchy shoes and scrape their knees like other girls. You know how recently male writers have been called out for doing a poor job of writing female characters? It could have started with Mulan, too. What the was that? Eat full cakes and climb trees and dance in their underwear and run and not wear pinchy shoes and scrape their knees like other girls. Okay. Mushu whispers to Shang in his sleep and fills his head with anti-Mulan feelings. You're in charge. She's a loose cannon. Feels weird that Mushu is the villain in this movie, but we continue. Mushu goes outside the tent and makes shadow puppets of the women and pretends the 3 are trash-talking Shang just outside his tent, and he falls for it. He storms outside, tracks down Mulan, and tears a strip off her. He fell for it. She has no idea what he's talking about, but now Mulan is mad, and Mushu tells her to drop Shang, and he's successfully gotten them both riled up and mad at each other. The 3 princesses and the other 3 men finally get on the same page, and they run off together. That's not good. Mulan tells Mushu not to wake Shang and runs into the forest after them. Mushu wakes Shang. He reads the whole "Duty is my heart" letter that May wrote, throws a tantrum, yells "Mulan!" and speeds after Mulan, who's after the other 6. Mushu says, "Get your ticket, Cricket! The show's about to start." That's good stuff. The 3 princesses and the 3 men are in a village eating, and there's some open challenge to fight the town monster, and Yao hops up on stage and destroys this giant of a man. All 6 have paired off and are into each other. Ling finally gets his princess to laugh. She didn't laugh at any of his jokes until now, because when she does laugh, she snorts, and she hates her laugh. She tells him that and then sticks chopsticks up her nose. Mulan arrives and is like, what's going on? And the 3 couples are in love. Mulan is happy, but then General Shang shows up and is mad at everyone, tells them all off and reminds them what the plan is and what the point of the plan is. He yells at the 3 guards that they are only there to guard the 3 princesses, not to speak to them and not to enter their tents. Hey now, Mulan says the problem isn't as bad as it seems. He says Mulan is the problem. Oh, that's sleep on the couch talk, buddy. She asks if he even has a heart, and they break up. Now it's just a mission by the numbers. The next day, they're traveling, and everyone is sad. The princesses apologize, by saying Mulan inspired them to follow their hearts. That's not much of an apology. Now they're entering bandit country. Since they can't talk to the princesses directly, the three guards tell each other how they feel about their respected princesses, while the princesses are only 5 feet ahead. They can obviously hear what they're saying. That was a nice scene. This is a good movie. It's a little inconsistent, but when it's good, it's great. Mulan tells Mushu he's her only friend, and Mushu comes clean and says Shang's only problem with her is him. He breaks, just like that, he comes clean. She's like, you tried to break us up to keep your job. She tells him off, and then she runs to tell Shang, and suddenly it's an Amish. I'm pretty sure I meant to type ambush, but that's really funny. Bandits, ambush, action is what this movie has been missing. Action. Everyone is kicking butt. The bandits try to kidnap the princess, and this is a great fight scene. Mulan and Shang are kicking. It ends with the bandits doing the old cut the rope ladder while Mulan and Shang are half across, and they run away defeated. People gotta start making these rope ladders with thicker ropes, am I right? Mulan is hanging from the cut rope bridge and Shang is holding on to Mulan. The rope is breaking, can't hold them both, so Shang lets go and falls to his death, and Mulan loses her mind and is crying in the rain and stabbing the ground with her sword. This is good stuff. She comes out the other side and is like, you six go and be happy. I'll finish this mission. And this movie kicked into gear. This has meaning and gravity, and now that Shang's alive. His horse pulled him out of the water. Oh, okay. Well, that takes a lot away from this last scene. Mulan arrives to the kingdom and says the three princesses didn't make it, but she herself is willing to marry any dude in their place. King agrees, and they bring in his eldest son, and he's a bumbler, and he goes, her? But she's so old! And I don't know who or where that joke is supposed to land. Back with the other characters, the princesses ask how Mulan can finish the mission without them. Shang appears and says, by taking your place in the arranged marriage. And now that it's Mulan, Shang thinks arranged marriages is not good. And he's like, let's go break it up, gang. For real, this guy is more transparent than Aladdin. It's wedding time and the king keeps talking about the golden dragon of unity, and I feel like that's somehow foreshadowing. Shang shows up and breaks up the marriage. I have no idea who the good guys and who the bad guys are anymore. Everyone is mad at everyone. Mushu says, where's that golden dragon of unity? And then he gets an idea, and there it is. He appears and pretends he's the golden dragon of unity, and there's this amazing computer animated shot that scans the crowd, and they all bow to the dragon. It looks really cool. Golden Dragon of Unity, aka Mushu, says he's looked into everyone's heart and Shang and Mulan should be wed immediately. He weds them himself, and that was that. He then releases the princesses and says they're free to marry whomever they please, and no, whoever they please, and whoever pleases them. That's an actual line. They snuck that in, and yeah, hit it. It's deserved. That one is not on me, though. All four couples are macking each other as the fireworks go off. Now, Mushu, who did the right thing in the end, is sad, and he's packing up his old stuff, and he's out of a job. I guess this is supposed to be sad, but this dragon is, like, kind of so I feel nothing. The other spirits show up and start needling Mushu, but then Shang shows up and starts combining the family temples. That means Mushu gets to keep his pedestal. Does anyone wonder if Shang hit his head in the fall, and that's why he's acting so out of character suddenly? And that's it. Roll credits. Rock version of the Other Girl song over the credits. Let's see who we got here. B.D. Wong was Shang. Father Mukata. First Shirley Bellinger in Mighty Ducks 2, and now this. Lucy Liu is May. Lucy Liu didn't get the role in Mulan. Okay. Harvey Fierstein was Yao. Fierstein's signature gravelly voice is a result of an overdeveloped vestibular fold in his vocal cords, essentially giving him a double voice when he speaks. Canadian actress Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy was Ting Ting. George Takei was the first ancestor. This is all good stuff and everything, but hold on. If Mushu is pretending to be the Golden Dragon and wed Shang and Mulan, are they not actually married? Okay, I'm ending these by going back to January 2019. It was the last day of our trip, and we had dozens of snack credits left over. So we gave them to our son, who was 13 at the time, and told him to do a food tour. Here he is at the China Pavilion rating caramel ginger ice cream.
China caramel ginger ice cream. It's okay. I don't think it's as good as the other two. It's okay though. 6.
Ooh. Sorry, China.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.